Having survived the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida, she is leading the fight for gun control in America. Please give a warm welcome for Emma Gonzalez.
Hello, everybody. Happy Pride! I would like to say a special thank you to Kesha for warming up the stage for me. Thank you so much. How could I follow that? Why did I come out here? What was I thinking? I would have thrown my bra at her, but I'm not wearing a bra, so. Is everybody feeling gay tonight? Is everybody feeling an absence of gender tonight? We love that. Growing up, I'm not gonna talk about gun violence, so I'm sorry for anybody who was waiting for that, but I'm talking about being gay. Growing up, and I'm sure many people can relate to this, I did not know anything besides heterosexuality and cisgender identification. I heard the word bisexual at one point, and I did not understand it, and it wasn't explained to me. I met people who, when I was young, looking back, were definitely trans, and yet it was never explained to me, or probably them, or anybody around us, and it was often ignored or systematically oppressed. So, fuck that. It took me until 9th grade to think, what makes me so sure that I'm straight? And I was taken aback by my own brain. Because I'd never really learned in school or online what all the sexual, romantic, and gender orientations and identities are. And it took me months of nerve-wracking and anxious questioning to figure out that my sexual identity is bisexual, so. I still don't have a flag though. I'm a mess. Sorry, I'm late to the party. My dentist says I'm dentally delayed too, so should be fine. I'm now in a similar but less intense battle with my gender identity, but I'll figure that out later and I'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure you care. I was talking about this with my parents the other day, about how weird it was when I came out to them, because they were expecting that if their kids identified as a member of the LGBT+ community, that we would come forward at some point and be like, hey, I'm not straight, or I'm not cis, or something. When in fact, what happened was like, I think I'm bi. And my mom was like, well, how do you know? And I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, I could not be bi. I guess I'd have to, I've never dated anybody. I'd have to try it to see, right? Like, I don't know, I don't have any information, I'm guessing here. And my mom was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, support me. She was like, And the other night, we were talking about that because my family and I have like long discussions in the evening, or just like, we're like, okay, let's go to bed. Wait, this other thing. So it's the midnight and we're still talking. And we were talking about that instance of our history together. And my mom brought up the fact that it wasn't like they expected us to come forward with knowledge about ourselves and present ourselves as fully fledged like identities. And we didn't have that information, and they didn't have any information to give to us. And that's like something that we as a culture should embrace. Our parents actually talking to us about things that matter, like our gender identities and our sexual identities. I don't know, it's just a thought that I figured I'd share. Maybe our parents could have good relationships with us. My parents have a good relationship with me, and I love them very much. And this next part is not directed at them. I feel like it's really important for parents when they think about having kids to first think about adopting first, please, because we have already too many people, and thinking that getting pregnant is better than like adopting a child is, in my opinion, not the way to do things. But anyways, environmentally conscious and emotionally conscious, please. And it's important for parents who are thinking of having kids to change the way that their mindset is about how they hope something that their kid will be. They hope that they'll be a boy or a girl. They hope for somebody smart or pretty good at sports who will get high test scores, when really they should be preparing themselves to love, support, and accept every... Do you want your bra back? Is it the white one? Black? Okay, sorry. This one? This one? It does. I'm so sorry, I can't see it. Point it out. You don't know where it is? I'll look for it in another 5 minutes. No, I know, but like I don't know where it ended up. Do you know where it ended up? I'll keep my eye out, okay? Everybody help me like find her bra so that like at some point just point to it, okay? Okay. This is the real reason I'm here, is the broad redistribution. So parents, I am so sorry. Jesus Christ. Is everybody okay? It's the best day of my life. So, thank you. I love you too. So, parents, they hope for people completely, like something that will fulfill their prophecy, when in reality they should be preparing themselves to love and accept their child unconditionally. All too often, parents lose all love and respect for their kids when they find out that they're on the autism spectrum, that they don't identify with the gender that they were assigned at birth, that they masturbate, that they want to dance instead of play sports or build things instead of joining the pageant circuit. Children are not yours to mold into whatever shape you want. Children are yours to take care of. Feed, water, give them shelter and clothing. Did I have to spell that out? Fucking pathetic. It's also important to note that there are plenty of violent and volatile parents who don't deserve to have kids, while plenty of LGBT plus couples plead their cases in courts to pass same-sex adoption federally. Back to the problem of kids not being able to find answers from their parents or teachers, and especially in our good old abstinence-only Florida state. Teen pregnancy has never been higher. Nowadays, you can find a ton of answers all over the place. Wikipedia has lists upon lists of gender and romantic and sexual identities. Netflix has shows like Big Mouth and Sex Education, where kids are educated on what is safe and healthy in a sexual or non-sexual relationship. And there are tons of YouTubers that are not problematic and are actually educating people on the spectrums of gender, romantic and sexual identification, and various sex things and how to do them safely. Because we should talk about that more. I didn't think it goes without saying that if something is a problem, we should talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, it's going to stay a problem, which is why we talked about guns. It's up to us to keep this going. Yeah! Sorry. This person just said I'm breathtaking. That was so kind. Did anybody else find a bra, perchance? Anybody need their bra back? I can't find them. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, make more memes with positive and gay connotations, like the move, I'm gay. Being gay in the office just has its perks, fine. You know, like, that's the shit we need. Or write more young adult books with gay characters, or trans characters, or any LGBT plus characters. People of color, love that, please, keep it going. But write them without all the anxiety that comes with being LGBT plus, because if there's one thing that I hate about LGBT plus representation in books, it's that there is so much anxiety in the story that I can't read it, or my body shakes for 3 days afterwards. Happened with Pretty Little Liars too, I couldn't do it. I got one book in. Too much anxiety. So I won. The wind blew it away. Black shirt. Thank you. Thank you. I colored it in myself. Did somebody just throw their shirt back? Are you kidding me, guys? What is this bullshit? Okay. Anyways. I'm going so much longer than I should be, I'm so sorry. There should be more books and movies about LGBT plus kids of color that don't carry the burden and fear that we face on a daily basis. Because it's good to have representation and people to see the things that, like, you know, they go through. But it's also good to have an escape from the crushing depression and anxiety, thanks. Don't need it in the decompression time as well, you know? Speaking of decompression time, I didn't realize until after the shooting at our high school that I wasn't just tired with school or catching senioritis early. I had capital D depression. And I didn't know because nobody talked about what the symptoms of depression looked like. And then after the shooting, somebody looked up what like the symptoms of depression are on WebMD, as every teenager does. And I was like, I'm every single one of those. Fuck. Everybody should do that. No, don't go on WebMD. That is the worst idea. I can't believe I just said that. Pretty much every youth in the LGBT plus community has some sort of mental illness like anxiety and depression. As a matter of fact, can we get a holler? Any of you got anxiety out here? And now one for depression, please. Any PTSD buddies? Look at that. We're all fucked up. Yeah, we are. And we know that we're fucked up because we're all friends with each other. We have like a hive mind. Like, the youth just transfers everything through Instagram and Vine and now TikTok, I hear. I don't really know what that is, but I'm not gonna try to even touch that. No, TikTok for Kesha, for sure. But I don't know about the app. But nowadays, it's also important to acknowledge the impact that our peers have on us, and it's important to stay inclusionary in our LGBT plus ideals. For example, call out transphobia that you might see in your daily life, so long as it is safe to do so. Call out the TERFs online. Stand up to biphobia, discrimination of asexual and aromantic people, of pansexual people, the guys at school who wear dresses and paint their nails, the girls at school who ask everyone to respect their pronoun change to he, him, and educate your family members, again, so long as it's safe, about their perhaps ununderstanding views of the members of the community. It's actually not as hard as you think. Some situations in which they're safe, it's just like you just need to say something really calmly and rationally, and they're like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. And you're like, yeah, because you're a bigot, but it's fine. It's also important to love yourself. And I know that you can't control body dysmorphia, but you can manage it and do things about it to make your life a little easier. And, you know, like mental and physical illnesses and different abilities, whatever you have, try to find the therapy possible for it and the medication possible for it if you can afford it, because the country's so goddamn messed up. I'm so sorry, nobody can fucking afford healthcare. But like, there are a lot of things like available, and not all of them are available in our communities, and that's why we need to vote. Did you see how I did that? I slipped voting in there. Did you see that? That was on brand. But yeah, so get registered to vote. If you're not 18, you can get pre-registered to vote, and you can register other people to vote. Yeah, I said it. Register your friends. I don't know how to dance. It's fine. Sorry, I gotta wrap it up. Okay. Educate yourself on the history of the community. Watch all the documentaries on Netflix. I'm so sorry. Watch all the documentaries on Netflix. Never forget that queer liberation started with trans women of color, and how many siblings that we lost in the HIV AIDS epidemic of the 80s and the 90s. Read the Queer Nation Manifesto, would you please? Which is a really good piece to get you riled up and a really good way to get you ready to fight back against the system. Get out there, be creative, use who you are in your job or to have a positive impact on the world. Canvas for the candidates that you believe in. Volunteer to get people registered to vote, as I said. Put rainbow stickers on everything you own. Go to a Haley Kiyoko concert. Start a gay-straight alliance at your school. Destroy the patriarchy, smash some capitalism. Just a few fun things to do in your spare time. LGBT plus people are extremely numerous in activist spaces, so if you want to fight to make life better, chances are you're in good company. Happy chanting.
Thank you so much, Emma, for that amazing speech. As you can see, Love Loud is more than music. It is also about the message. And our next performer coming out has been with